His last words changed everything. My name is Ava. I am 25 years old. I work in a small flower shop. I like my quiet life, but this story is not about flowers. It is about a secret. It is about my father. And it is about the words he whispered to me before he died. I want to tell you this story. Maybe you have a secret too. Maybe you have pain in your heart. I hope my story helps you. I grew up in a small house near a river. I lived with my father. His name was Thomas. My mother died when I was a baby. I do not remember her face. I only have photos. So, it was just me and my father. We were a team. My father was a good man. He was tall and strong. He worked with wood. He made tables and chairs. He had big, rough hands, but he was gentle with me. He brushed my hair. He cooked my dinner. He told me stories every night. I thought I knew everything about him. I thought we had no secrets. We were best friends. But I was wrong. One day, everything changed. My father got sick. It happened very fast. He was tired all the time. He could not eat. He could not work. I took him to the doctor. The doctor looked sad. He told us, "I am sorry. It is his heart. It is very weak." I was scared. I cried in the bathroom. I did not want my father to see my tears. I wanted to be strong for him. But inside, I was a little girl. I was afraid to be alone. My father stayed in the hospital. The room was white and cold. It smelled like medicine. I sat by his bed every day. I held his hand. His hand was not strong anymore. It was cold. We talked about small things. We talked about the weather. We talked about the garden. We did not talk about death. We were both afraid to say the word. One night it was raining. The rain hit the window. Tap, tap, tap. It was a sad sound. My father opened his eyes. He looked at me. His eyes were blue like the ocean, but now they were tired. They were gray. "Ava," he said. His voice was very small. It was a whisper. I moved closer. "I am here, Papa," I said. "I am right here." He squeezed my hand. He tried to sit up, but he was too weak. "Ava," he said again, "I have to tell you something. I cannot die with this secret." My heart beat fast. Thump, thump, thump. "What is it, Papa? You can tell me anything." He took a deep breath. It was hard for him to breathe. "Listen to me," he whispered. "Go to the old house. Go to my bedroom. Look under the floor. Under the bed." I was confused. "Under the floor? Why, Papa?" "There is a blue box," he said. "Find the blue box. Open it. And please, please forgive me." "Forgive you?" I asked. "Forgive you for what? You are a good father." He closed his eyes. A tear rolled down his face. "I was afraid," he said. "I was a coward. Find the box. Find him." "Find who?" I asked. "Papa, who must I find?" But he did not answer. His hand became loose in mine. The machine next to the bed made a long, loud sound. Beep. Nurses came into the room. They told me to leave, but I knew. I knew he was gone. My father was dead. and I was alone. The next few days were a blur. I remember crying. I remember black clothes. I remember people saying, "I am sorry." But I felt empty. I felt like a ghost. But I could not sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard his voice. Find the blue box. Find him. Who was him? Was it a friend? Was it an enemy? My father never talked about other people. We had no family. It was just us. After the funeral, I went back to our house. The house felt big. It felt quiet. My father's coat was still on the chair. His shoes were by the door. I wanted to cry again, but I had a job to do. I remembered his words. I walked to his bedroom. I opened the door. The room smelled like him. It smelled like wood and old soap. I sat on his bed. I touched his pillow. "Okay, Papa," I said to the empty room. "I will look." I got down on my knees. I looked under the bed. There was dust. There were some old shoes. I moved the shoes. I saw the wooden floorboards. One board was loose. I used a tool to lift the wood. My hands were shaking. I was scared. What if I found something bad? What if my father was a bad man? I lifted the board. Underneath, there was a hole, and in the hole there was a box. It was a blue metal box. It was rusty. It looked very old. I took the box out. It was heavy. I sat on the floor with the box in my lap. I took a deep breath. "You can do this, Ava," I told myself. I opened the box. Inside, there was money. A lot of money. It was old cash tied with rubber bands. But I did not care about the money. There were letters, many letters. And there was a photograph. I picked up the photograph. It was black and white. It showed a young man and a woman. The man was my father. He looked very young and happy. The woman was my mother. I knew her face from my photos. But there was someone else in the photo. My mother was holding a baby. That was me. But my father was holding a little boy. The boy looked about 3 years old. He had dark hair and a serious face. I looked at the photo closely. Who was this boy? I never saw him before. My father never talked about a boy. I put the photo down. My hands trembled. I picked up a letter. The envelope was yellow with age. It had a name on it. To my son, Leo. My son. I stopped breathing. My world stopped spinning. My father had a son. I had a brother. I could not believe it. I read the name again. Leo. I opened the letter. The date was 20 years ago. I began to read. Dear Leo, I am writing this, but I do not know if I will send it. I am sorry. I was angry when you left. I was angry when you chose to live with your aunt. I told you never to come back. That was a mistake. I am a proud man. My pride is my sin. I miss you. Ava is small now. She needs a big brother. Please come home. I love you. Dad. I put the letter down. Tears fell from my eyes. My father lied to me. My whole life, he said, it is just us, Ava. But it was not true. I had a brother. His name was Leo. He left when I was a baby. Why did my father lie? Why did he keep this secret? I read more letters. Some were from my father. Some were returned, unopened. It seemed my father tried to find Leo, but then he stopped. He gave up. Or maybe he was too ashamed. Find him, my father said before he died. Forgive me. Now I understood. He wanted me to fix his mistake. He wanted me to find my brother. I felt angry. I felt sad. I felt confused. Why didn't you tell me, Papa? I shouted at the empty room. I could have loved him. But shouting did not help. My father was gone. The secret was mine now. I did not sleep that night. I sat in the kitchen. I looked at the photo of the little boy. He looked a little like me. He had the same nose. Where was he now? Was he alive? Did he know about me? The next morning, I made a decision. I would find him. I would find Leo. The letters had an old address on them. It was in a city far away. It was a big city called Bristol. It was 4 hours away by train. I had never been to Bristol. I rarely left my small town. I was nervous. I am a shy person. I like my garden and my flowers. I do not like loud cities and strangers. But I had to go. I packed a small bag. I took the blue box. I put the money in my purse. I walked to the train station. The sun was bright, but the air was cold. I bought a ticket. 1 ticket to Bristol, please, I said. The lady at the window smiled. Going for a holiday? No, I said. I am going to find my family. The train ride was long. I looked out the window. I saw fields and cows. Then I saw factories and houses. The world was big. I felt very small. I looked at the photo again. I tried to imagine Leo as a man. He would be 28 years old now. Would he look like my father? Would he be kind? Or would he be angry? Maybe he would hate me. Maybe he would close the door in my face. I am afraid, I whispered. But then I remembered my father's eyes. Forgive me. I am doing this for you, Papa, I said. The train arrived in Bristol. The station was loud. People were running everywhere. It smelled like coffee and smoke. I walked out to the street. The buildings were tall. Cars honked their horns. I felt lost. I looked at the address on the old letter. 14 Oak Street. I asked a taxi driver, "Where is Oak Street?" He pointed. It is on the other side of the city. It is an old area. I took a taxi. I watched the city pass by. The houses became smaller and older. The streets were narrow. The taxi stopped. Here is Oak Street. I paid the driver and got out. I stood on the sidewalk. Number 14 was a small brick house. It looked sad. The curtains were closed. I walked to the door. My hand was shaking. I knocked. Knock, knock, knock. No answer. I knocked again, louder. A woman opened the door. She was old. She had gray hair and a kind face. Yes, she asked. Hello, I said. My name is Ava. I am looking for a man named Leo. He might be my brother. The woman looked at me. She looked surprised. Leo, she said. Leo Miller. Yes, I said. My father was Thomas Miller. The woman's eyes went wide. She opened the door wider. Come in, child, come in. I went inside. The house smelled like tea and cookies. It was warm. I am Mrs. Higgins, she said. I am Leo's aunt. Well, his great aunt. Is Leo here? I asked. My heart was pounding. No, she said. Leo does not live here anymore. He moved out 5 years ago. My heart sank. I was too late. Do you know where he is? I asked. Mrs. Higgins sat down. She pointed to a chair. Sit down, Ava. You look like your father. I sat down. You knew my father. Yes, she said. Thomas was a stubborn man. He and Leo had a big fight. Leo was a wild boy. He wanted to study art. Thomas wanted him to work with wood. They shouted. Thomas told him to leave. So Leo came to me. I didn't know, I said. I didn't know I had a brother. Thomas was proud, she said. He stopped writing. Leo was hurt. He thought his father didn't love him. He did love him, I said. He kept all the letters. He cried for him. Mrs. Higgins sighed. Love is complicated. People make mistakes. Where is Leo now? I asked. I need to see him. He works at a library, she said. The central library in the city. He loves books. He lives in a small apartment near there. She wrote down an address. She gave it to me. Go to him, Ava, she said. He needs family. He is very lonely. I thanked her. I left the house. I felt new hope. He was close. I walked to the bus stop. I took a bus to the city center. I found the library. It was a beautiful building. It had big stone columns. I walked inside. It was quiet. There were many books. I love the smell of books. It smells like magic. I walked to the front desk. A young woman was there. Excuse me, I said. I am looking for Leo Miller. He is in the back, she said. He is sorting books. Go through that door. I walked through the door. I was in a room with piles of books. There was a man standing there. He was putting books on a shelf. He was tall. He had dark hair. He wore a gray sweater. I stopped. I looked at him. He looked like the boy in the photo. He looked like my father, but thinner. Leo, I said. He turned around. He looked at me. He had sad, brown eyes. Yes, he said. Can I help you? I could not speak. My throat was tight. I just stared at him. Miss, he said, are you okay? I took a step forward. I am Ava. He looked confused. Ava? I am Thomas Miller's daughter, I said. His face changed. It went pale. He dropped the book in his hand. Thud. Thomas, he said. His voice was hard. Why are you here? Did he send you? No, I said. He didn't send me. Then go away, Leo said. He turned his back to me. I don't want to talk to him. He made his choice. Leo, wait, I said. He didn't send me because he is dead. Leo stopped moving. The room was very silent. He turned around slowly. What? He died last week, I said. His heart stopped. Leo looked at me. His eyes filled with tears. He tried to stop them, but he couldn't. He leaned against the shelf. "Dead," he whispered. "The old man is dead." "Yes," I said. "And his last words were about you." I opened my bag. I took out the blue box. "He told me to find this," I said. "And he told me to find you." Leo looked at the box. "I remember that box," he said. "He used to keep his money in it." "Look inside," I said. I put the box on a table. Leo walked over. He opened it. He saw the letters. He saw the photo. He picked up the letter addressed to him. The one my father wrote 20 years ago. He read it. His hands shook. I watched him. I wanted to hug him, but I did not know him yet. He finished reading. He wiped his eyes. "He kept this?" Leo asked. "He wrote this?" "Yes," I said. "He wanted to send it, but he was afraid. He was afraid you would say no." "I thought he hated me," Leo said. "I waited for him to call. I waited for years." "He loved you," I said. "He told me to ask for your forgiveness." Leo looked at me. "And you? Did you know about me?" "No," I said. "I never knew. He kept it a secret. I found out 3 days ago." Leo looked at my face. He looked at my eyes. "You have his eyes," he said. "And you have his nose," I said. We both smiled a little. It was a sad smile, but it was real. "I am sorry, Leo," I said. "I am sorry you were alone." "I am sorry too," he said. "I missed watching you grow up. In the photo, you were just a baby." "I am not a baby now," I said. "I am a sister." He looked at me with surprise. "A sister?" He tested the word. "I have a sister." "Yes," I said. "And I don't want to be strangers anymore." Leo closed the box. He took a deep breath. "Do you want to get some coffee?" he asked. "I want to hear about him. I want to know everything." "Yes," I said. "I would like that." We left the library. We went to a small cafe. We sat by the window. We talked for hours. I told him about our father. I told him how he got old, how he made chairs, how he cooked dinner. I told him about the hospital. Leo listened. He cried sometimes. He laughed sometimes. He told me about his life. He told me he loved art, but he worked in the library to pay rent. He told me he was lonely too. He never married. He thought he was not good enough for a family. "Father was wrong to send you away," I said. But he was right about one thing. "What?" Leo asked. "He said to find the box, because the box brought me to you." Leo smiled. He reached across the table and took my hand. His hand was warm. It felt like my father's hand, but younger. "I am glad you found me, Ava," he said. "Me too," I said. It was getting dark. The streetlights turned on. "Where will you stay?" Leo asked. "I don't know," I said. "I have to catch a train back." "No," he said. "Stay. You can sleep on my sofa. We have a lot to talk about." I looked at him. He was my brother, my family. "Okay," I said. That night, I slept on Leo's sofa. It was not very comfortable, but I slept well. I had a dream about my father. He was standing in his workshop. He was smiling. He looked young again. He nodded at me. Then he walked away into the light. I woke up. The sun was shining. I smelled coffee. Leo was in the kitchen making breakfast. "Good morning, sister," he said. "Good morning, brother," I said. It felt good to say those words. I stayed in Bristol for 2 days. We looked at old photos. We visited Mrs. Higgins. She was so happy to see us together. She made us a cake. Then Leo made a decision. "I want to come home with you," he said. "I want to see the house. I want to visit his grave." "Are you sure?" I asked. "Yes," he said. "It is time to forgive." We took the train back together. The journey was not lonely this time. We talked the whole way. When we arrived at the old house, Leo stopped at the gate. He looked at the garden. "It looks smaller," he said. "Everything looks smaller when you grow up," I said. We went inside. Leo walked to the workshop. He touched the tools. He touched the wood. "I remember this smell," he said. He picked up a piece of wood. He looked at it. Maybe I can make something too." We went to the cemetery. We stood by our father's grave. The earth was fresh. Leo knelt down. He put his hand on the dirt. "I forgive you, Dad," he whispered. "And I forgive myself." I stood next to him. I put my hand on his shoulder. "He is happy now," I said. "I know it." That evening, we cooked dinner together. The house was not quiet anymore. There was noise. There was laughter. Leo decided to stay for a while. He helped me fix the roof. He helped me in the flower shop. People in the village were surprised. "Who is this man?" they asked. "This is my brother," I said proudly. "He is home. It has been 6 months now." Leo did not leave. He moved his things from Bristol. He lives in the spare room. He started painting again. He paints in the garden. He paints the flowers I grow. He is very talented. We are a family. Sometimes I still feel sad about my father. I miss him. I wish he told me the truth earlier. We lost so many years, but I understand why he did it. He was scared. Fear makes us do stupid things. Fear builds walls. But love breaks walls down. My father's last words changed everything. They were hard words. They caused pain, but they also brought healing. "Find the blue box. Forgive him." I found the box. I found Leo, and we found each other. Now I can sleep at night. The house is safe. I am not alone. I look at the photo on the mantelpiece. It is the old photo. My father, my mother, baby me, and little Leo. But next to it, there is a new photo. It is me and Leo. We are standing in the flower shop. We are smiling. Life is strange. It is full of secrets and surprises. Sometimes, the worst moments lead to the best gifts. My father died, but he gave me a brother. He gave me a future. If you are listening to this, and you have a secret, or you are angry at someone, please think about it. Life is short. Don't wait until it is too late. Make the phone call, write the letter, say I am sorry. Because you never know. It might change everything. I am Ava. And this is my story. Thank you for listening.